Now on Channel 3 News.
Riots, looting, and devastation in Baltimore. Now, a state of emergency has been declared in the wake of Freddie Gray's death.
4 voters still missing. We'll bring you the latest from the Coast Guard.
Good morning, everyone. We thank you for joining us. Today, residents and business owners are assessing damage after a night of rioting, looting, and arson. It erupted in the wake of the funeral for Freddie Gray. Now, he's the man who died while being held in police custody.
At least 15 officers were injured, 6 of them seriously after people armed with rocks threw them at the officers trying to maintain some order. Baltimore public schools are closed today, and the mayor has instituted a curfew starting at 10 o'clock tonight.
The governor says he and others are doing what they can to get the city under control. And right now, ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
Good afternoon. Hundreds of National Guard troops are out on the streets of Baltimore, and thousands more are on standby. But officials say right now what they need is cooperation from community members.
Following a day of violence and unrest, a community is answering the call for calm, some hitting the streets with brooms in hand.
It's going to take a city coming back together. All of us have got to come together.
As officials continue to call for residents to step up, like this mother pulling her teenage son from the crowd of protesters yesterday after catching him on live TV.
We have additional resources, and we'll continue to bring in the resources that we need to make sure that we're managing it.
The Maryland National Guard is out on the streets of Baltimore today. Officials now saying 144 vehicles were set on fire, 15 more structures torched, and nearly 200 people arrested.
We support the people's right to get out and protest and express their frustration and their feelings. But this violence can't be tolerated. It's not reflecting well on the entire city or on the effort and the concern about Freddie Gray.
Maryland's governor surveying the destruction, determined to restore order after declaring a state of emergency in the city. Baltimore's mayor has imposed a citywide curfew starting at 10 tonight. The violence erupted following the funeral of Freddie Gray, a black man who died from a spinal injury while in police custody. His family, disheartened by the violence, is now asking for this chaos to end.
And with all city schools closed for the day, officials are urging parents to keep their children home, stressing that citywide curfew, it is set to last a week but could be extended if necessary. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Baltimore.
We are now in day 4 of the search for boaters missing in Mobile Bay. 4 people still unaccounted for. Channel 3's Ricky Van is on Dauphin Island with the latest. Ricky?
Good morning, Sue. We just got out of a news conference with the U.S. Coast Guard. They have identified 2 victims who are now deceased. They identified them as Chris Beal, 27, of Pineville, Louisiana, and the second, Robert Delaney, 72, of Madison, Mississippi. They also confirmed 8 vessels sunk in Saturday's regatta, and today they had 10 search and rescue crews out in the water searching for 4 people who are still missing. A spokesperson with the U.S. Coast Guard says they will continue this search until Thursday at sunset.
We're adding a massive group of volunteers and local agencies to cover the shorelines, both on the eastern shore and the western shore of the bay, as well as the south-facing shores of Fort Morgan and Dauphin Island. So we have a lot of people on the beach today.
We did see. He says no new rescue crews are needed right now at this time. But a couple hours ago, we did see a dive team come in. Now, if you have any information on this case, let the U.S. Coast Guard know now. We have their phone number on our website, weartv.com. For now, reporting live from Dauphin Island, Ricky Van, Channel 3 News.
A man charged in the death of a Duke University student will be sentenced today. Investigators say that Martin Hale crossed the median of I-10 in Okaloosa County last March, hit a van carrying Rebecca Denardis and Drayle Marquez. Denardis died from her injuries, and Marquez seriously injured. Blood test revealed Hale had meth in his system at the time. The charges included DUI manslaughter and DUI with serious bodily injury. Hale facing a maximum sentence of 26 years in prison. The man wanted for double shooting in Century has been arrested in Alabama, now awaiting extradition to Florida. Brian Keith Sanders, wanted in connection with a shooting in Century March the 26th. He allegedly shot 2 people. They survived. Ports Creek Tribal Police Department says they were called to the Wind Creek Casino in Atmore because of a suspicious person. When they got there, they found Sanders. He's facing multiple charges, including aggravated battery and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as well as criminal mischief. Pensacola man has died from injuries he received during a motorcycle accident. Police say Margaret Stallworth turned into the path of Jeffrey Sneeringer on April the 13th. Sneeringer was hit from the side and his helmet came off. It happened on 9th Avenue. He died at the hospital Sunday. The wreck still under investigation. Curfew for when salespeople are allowed to knock on doors in Fort Walton Beach could be later. Right now, the city allows door-to-door soliciting only between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and never on holidays or weekends. But a proposed ordinance change would extend the hours from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., with holidays and weekends included. The city council was supposed to vote on the measure in March, but it was postponed until today so the city attorney can do more research. He believes the new wording in the ordinance would protect the city from possible lawsuits.
Little sunshine returning.
So nice. You know, we had a flash flood watch. It was supposed to go until 1 o'clock today, but earlier this morning the Weather Service canceled it because things were obviously quieting down. So that's really great news. It's very pretty right now. Look at that. The Doppler's showing nothing. Haven't been able to say that in a while, it seems like. So yeah, there's no rain in the area right now. That front that came through yesterday has given us lower temps. This morning we were in the low 60s. These are all live right now. Still low 70s on the coast right now. Pensacola 72. Niceville is up to 77. Here's your forecast today. Partly to mostly cloudy. Those highs around 77 or 78 degrees. I don't expect rain this afternoon. I'd say a few showers may show up. Into this evening, the chance is a little bit better. Coming up, you'll see the futurecast, and we'll talk about that. Plus, I can tell you toward the end of the week, it's going to get great.
The death toll is rising in Nepal. The Prime Minister says, in fact, that as many as 10,000 may be dead. Right now, rescue workers are digging through tons of rubble by hand. They're trying to pull survivors from the wreckage after Saturday's 7.8 earthquake. Over 4,000 people have been confirmed dead since the quake, more than 8,000 injured. Coming up, same-sex marriage hearings at the Supreme Court. The battle to legally wed continues.
And your dog's treats may be contaminated with bacteria. We'll have the brands to look out for. And do remember, you can take Channel 3 News with you anywhere. Search WEAR-TV on iTunes or Google Play and download the app. It's free.
This is Northwest Florida's news station. You're watching Channel 3 News Dayside in high definition with anchors Sue Strawn, Jared Willits, and meteorologist Christian Garman.
Jared, Christian, and I were trying to remind Dr. Mitchell of the time that we remember when, you know, if you were trying to lose weight, one of the things you ate was a baked potato. I mean, that was a diet food. And Dr. Mitchell isn't quite buying that from us today. Dr. Kim Mitchell with Medi Weight Loss joins us today to talk about, give us the skinny on potatoes.
Well, if you're trying to lose weight, it's really a carbohydrate source that's a little bit too dense and too much. As a food itself, you know, it has value as a carbohydrate. It has fiber. The colored potatoes have these flavonoids, which are antioxidants. Those things are good. In cultures, you know, where food is expensive, it's an abundant source, an easy source, where you get a lot of energy out of it. But in the weight loss world, you know, potatoes don't really mix very well, particularly on a common daily basis.
Is it the potato itself, or is it because we have a tendency to, you know, there's the butter, the sour cream, the gravy, those kinds of things, or is it just the potato itself that isn't conducive?
It's probably both. A medium potato's probably got 110 calories, and of that, it's all carbohydrate. And individuals who are trying to lose weight are trying to reduce their carbohydrate intake, and I think that's where it goes south. Now, the sweet potato is really not a potato technically. It's not the same class of plant, but it's got a little more fiber, and it's got this, you know, great color, which is a good source of the minerals and nutrients in that.
And you tell us when we're, you know, most foods, it's a matter of looking for the color. So if we were comparing potatoes, is there a lesser of the evils?
I think those multicolored potatoes now have a lot of advantages. First of all, they're small. You get them in bags. There's the purple Viking, you know, this bright purple in the middle, and you know, there are the Yukon yellows, and then they have some of the reds, and they come in bags, and they're small. And the great thing about them is that they're small, and you know, you can boil 2 or 3 or whatever. You don't do a lot of damage with a couple of too small potatoes, particularly if they've got wonderful color.
And when you talk about that color, of course, that's typically what the first thing we see is on the outside, and that is, if you're going to eat a potato, that's the part that you probably should really eat.
Yes.
It's the peel.
the peel. You get more fiber out of it, and fiber is good for digestion. It actually lowers cholesterol level, and it doesn't create the same glucose load as if the peeling was removed. So, the worst of the worst is probably mashed potatoes, because you're removing all of the fiber, and the best would be a sweet potato or small colored potatoes.
All right, Dr. Mitchell, thank you. We think.
Thank you.
Just shattered all of our dreams there. Well, is your local company looking for employees? If so, we'll tell you how to find them in just 2 minutes.
WEAR. Well, we're always looking to make a positive difference in our community.
Northwest Florida is growing, and that means new career opportunities are surfacing every day. Now you can go to WEARTV.com to find My Jobs. My Jobs has been active for about a month, and tens of thousands have already been to that page. As an employer, you have access to list your jobs at a fraction of the price of other job sites. If your company is looking for candidates, go to WEARTV.com and click the My Jobs button to post.
One more look at the 7-day. It's cloudy now. There's no rain on the Doppler, but later this afternoon into this evening, certainly some scattered showers may pop up. That's why I still have that 50% chance posted. Tomorrow, same thing. Cloudy. Rain is not likely, but it's possible, 30%. Second half of this 7-day looks wonderful. Sunny skies throughout the weekend. The highs in the 70s, and the lows will fall a bit, mid-50s as we head into the weekend. Looking really good.
We thank you for joining us and hope to see you again at 4, 5, 6, and 10.
Have a wonderful day.